No. Alright, but in all seriousness, I want to go over this discussion a little bit today. Throughout the postseason, I've seen lots of tweets that have been stating that Bryce Harper is better and has surpassed Mike Trout. So I want to jump into the numbers a little bit. Bryce Harper and Mike Trout both made their major league debuts a lot earlier than many players. In fact, they each got called up at 19 years old, and they were clearly ready as they each won the 2012 Rookie of the Year awards in their respective leagues. And with all the similarities early on in their career, each being called up at 19 and each winning the 2012 Rookie of the Year award, there were lots of comparisons between the two. And as we all know, the comparisons and the debates have carried over to present day. Now, in terms of service time in the major leagues, Trout has slightly out-edged Harper as he's played in 12 big league seasons compared to Harper's 11. And up to this point, in terms of all-star appearances, Trout has Harper beat as he has 10 compared to Harper's 7. Trout is an 8-time Silver Slugger Award winner compared to Harper's 2. Mike Trout is a 3-time MVP compared to Harper's 2. And in terms of 162-game averages up to this point in their careers, Harper's numbers aren't quite as good as Trout. Trout's 162-game averages are a .303 average to go along with 40 home runs, 103 runs driven in, 23 stolen bases, and a .1002 OPS. Harper, on the other hand, has a .280 average to go along with 33 home runs and 96 runs driven in, 14 stolen bases, and a .913 OPS. Now, these 162-game averages are basically a snippet of their averages throughout their career if you put it into one full season. Now, in terms of career numbers, Trout has 350 career home runs compared to Harper's 285. Trout is a career .303 hitter compared to Harper's .280. Trout has a career .1002 OPS compared to Harper's .913. And in terms of WAR, Trout is just on another level. He has a career 82.4 WAR compared to Harper's 42.5. So Trout has nearly doubled Harper. And in terms of Trout's 82.4 WAR, that is 60th all-time, and when it's all said and done, he may finish top 10. And lastly, I want to mention that Mike Trout has finished top 2 in the MVP voting 7 times, and Harper, outside of the 2 times he won it, has never finished inside the top 10. So when looking at the numbers, Trout clearly has the advantage. Now let's take a look at some postseason statistics. Bryce Harper has made the playoffs 5 separate times in 2012, 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2022. Mike Trout, on the other hand, has only made the playoffs 1 time in his career, and that was back in 2014. And in the 3 postseason games that Trout has played in, he has a home run, but that is his only hit as he's gone 1 for 12, which equivalates to a .83 average. Harper, on the other hand, has played in 36 career postseason games in which he's hit .273 to go along with 11 home runs and 23 runs driven in. And this year, Harper was red hot pretty much the whole postseason. In 17 games, he belted 6 home runs and had an 1160 OPS. So in terms of playoff numbers, Harper has Trout beat by a wide margin. And the last thing I want to touch on with these 2 players is the defense. They're pretty similar defensively, Harper being a right fielder and Trout being a center fielder. Neither of the 2 are great defenders. While they were in their younger years, you could say they were maybe slightly above average, but they have never won a Gold Glove in either of their careers. And as they age and get older and less athletic, they're not very great defenders at this point in their careers. So let's recap what we've gone over up to this point. In terms of numbers, Trout has the clear edge. In terms of postseason statistics, Harper clearly beats out Trout. And defensively, they're pretty equal. Now, I know you guys already know my take on this, I said it in the first clip of the video, but I want to jump into it and explain a little bit more. I for sure do not think that Bryce Harper has surpassed Mike Trout in terms of career accomplishments. You can make an argument that present-day Harper is a better player than Trout, but in terms of career numbers and their ranking on the all-time list, I think up to this point in their careers, Trout has had a better career. The one argument you can make for Harper is the postseason statistics. Trout has barely been to the postseason, and when he was there, he wasn't great. Harper has been there a lot more, and he has showed up and elevated his game when it's mattered most. But even I think the postseason argument is irrelevant. Yes, Harper's numbers are miles better in the postseason than Trout, but Trout has a very small sample size, and that's really out of his control. Baseball isn't like football or basketball where you can have one single player lead a team to the postseason. I mean, look at this year. The Angels are the perfect example of that. They had the best player, maybe outside of Aaron Judge, and Shohei Ohtani, who was unbelievable this year, but the Angels didn't even sniff the postseason. In basketball or football, players like LeBron James and Tom Brady have single-handedly led very depleted rosters to the postseason. So like I said, I'm not very big on the postseason numbers. Yes, it's important that Harper's done good, but it's really not Trout's fault that he hasn't been there all that much. And when looking at the career numbers, Trout is clearly superior to Harper in almost every important category. So to officially answer the question, no, I don't think Harper has surpassed Trout. And I know this video might seem like I'm sort of hating on Bryce Harper. I'm not. Trout is just on a different level. In fact, if you've watched any of my videos about Harper this year, you know that I'm a big fan of him. I love the way he plays the game, and like I said earlier, he may be a better player than Trout today. But what Trout has done up to this point in his career is just unbelievable. He's on a different level. Let me know what you guys think of this debate down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.